Well, good day, subscribers. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. As always, we got a lot of good news in relation to Tesla today. Tesla got an exclusion from some very important tariffs. We got a big update in relation to the Shanghai Gigafactory. And then Tasha Keeney, who's an analyst for ARK Invest, came out with some very big comments in relation to autonomous driving in Tesla's lead there, guys. So I hope you enjoy this video as always. And by the way, there's some big Tesla news in relation to me. Now, I told you guys I want to hold 300 Tesla shares in total. I'm getting very close to that amount, and I told you guys I wanted to have 150 shares worth of Tesla in my public account alone, which is in my private stock group. And here today we bought the remaining 17 shares, so now we own 150 shares of Tesla in this particular account, which is my goal that I wanted to have in that particular account. So needless to say, I am thrilled with that. I do have some more Tesla shares. I do have to buy in some other accounts to get us to the full 300, which I want, which once I add the 300, then it's just a hold. And then it's just, let's see if my bullish thesis around Tesla plays out over the next 3, 5, 7 years, guys. So needless to say, I'm very excited about this, okay? So first story up of the three is in relation to Tesla wins tariff exclusion from US on imported aluminum. Hey, a positive story from CNBC in relation to Tesla? All I can say about that is bravo, CNBC, okay? Electric car maker Tesla won a tariff exclusion from the United States on imported Japanese aluminum it uses to produce its battery cells. The Commerce Department's decision waives the 10% tariffs that would be placed on the battery cells manufactured in Tesla's Nevada Gigafactory, according to Reuters, which reported the news Monday. The Palo Alto, California-based company asked for the waiver in April. Tesla said the aluminum is produced by Nippon Light Metal and sought an exclusion for 10 million kilograms annually. The Commerce Department said in a document dated June 5th and posted in recent days that the aluminum, quote, is not produced in the United States in a sufficient and reasonable available amount or of satisfactory quality. Reuters reported the waiver will last 1 year. So that's obviously very good news for Tesla, as Tesla's looking to obviously bring down the cost of vehicles. One, so maybe they can charge even cheaper prices for the vehicles in the future. But not only that, so the company can be profitable and can maybe actually make some profits on the bottom line and then go ahead and pump that money back into the business, because we know what Tesla loves to do. They love to build the business bigger and bigger, similar to like an Amazon. So they don't focus as much on profits, but hey, if you can, make the cars more profitably, then that essentially allows you a lot more money around to put back into the business to build out for the next big ramp up, which would be obviously Model Ys, the next big ramp up for the company. Shanghai Gigafactory is coming, which we'll talk about here in this video today. That's coming at the end of this year. So needless to say, Tesla is in a position where they want to be able to make each car as profitably as possible. So this is something that helps. So some good news in relation to Tesla, okay? Now, Tasha Keeney, who's an ARK Invest analyst, okay? By the way, ARK Invest is one of the biggest investors in Tesla and one of the biggest bulls in relation to Tesla, okay? Has some very big comments to make around autonomous driving, okay? Here Tasha said, we think the autonomous driving market is going to be a huge opportunity. We think this should be valued at $2 trillion today in the equity markets, and it's virtually unaccounted for. She said, we think Tesla has a great lead there, and that's because of the data advantage they have. They're the only automaker collecting data from customer cars. They use that data to train their machine learning algorithms, and we think that's really gonna pay off. And to that I say absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And if you kind of like think about it and you ask yourself, how do these massive tech companies, like Tesla's a company that's what, a $40 billion market cap. How does Tesla go from $40 billion market cap to $400 billion market cap to $800 billion market cap? How does it go from, oh, that's an up-and-coming big tech company to an actual Goliath big tech company? And the answer is data. What makes Amazon so special? Data, their customer data, all those filters, like the fact that you can search, you could just like type in something random on Amazon and there's a good chance that whatever you were actually searching for will pop up even if you didn't put in the correct name for that product. That is unbelievable, and that's because Amazon has this ridiculous amount of data, and they know, oh, if somebody searches for XYZ item, then they probably want this item. And oh, if they bought that item over there, then they're probably gonna buy this item over there, okay? Google, how to did Google get so big? From the data that YouTube collects and the data that Google search collects. All that data has made those platforms the biggest and the best platforms in the world, right? Facebook, how did Facebook become one of the biggest companies in the world? Through all the data they collect, okay? If you want to go from basically being a company that is on the come up, like, oh, you're a big tech company, you're on the come up, but you want to get to that place, you need data. And Tesla's data they need the autonomous driving data. They need all the data. Every time I put my Tesla on autonomous driving mode and the car is driving itself, it's collecting data. And that's the type of data you need. And somebody takes it off the autonomous driving mode. Why did they go ahead and do that? What's the data behind that? Why did they make that decision? If the car makes a mistake, why did it make that mistake? All that data is being collected in mass scale. And think about the numbers that Tesla's starting to produce when it comes to electric cars. And imagine if Tesla's going to get to a scale where they're producing millions of electric cars a year. Then imagine how many people are going to be basically feeding data to Tesla's AI. That's going to ultimately make Tesla by far and away the best autonomous driving platform in the world, and it won't even be close. Number 2 will be so far behind that it will be a joke. It's no different than Google search. It's like, who's number 2 behind Google search? We don't even know because they're that irrelevant, right? And same thing with Tesla. They're collecting so much data that they're going to have such an advantage there that no one's going to really want to use any other autonomous platforms in the future when it comes to driving, okay? She also goes on to say they've been talking about launching the Tesla network for some time, their version of Uber, and we might even see them launch ride-hailing just to sort out some of the kinks that might come with something like that before they actually get to full autonomy. That could even happen in the next, say, year or so if they want to do that ahead of time, and we think that's what they should do. That could put Tesla at a slight advantage, if not a huge advantage, to Waymo and Cruise, which some folks view as being in the position of front runners, which I 100% don't agree with. Although they absolutely should be respected as competitors, I don't think they're really in the front runners, okay? And that's my personal opinion, okay? We think most of the economics will go to the platform provider, she said. These are really the companies that own the full technology stack, the companies that are actually making the car autonomous, that have the software advantage and will get the nice software-like margins. So Tesla sits nicely in that place. Uber and Lyft could potentially have a role, but again, it would have to be through partnerships with a technology company that could actually provide that autonomy, because it doesn't seem like Uber and Lyft are going to get there or have a credible autonomous driving platform in-house today. And I absolutely agree with that. Like, if Uber and Lyft are going to stay relevant in the autonomous age that will be coming in, I don't know, 3 years, 5 years from now, if Uber and Lyft want to stay relevant, right, they're going to have to partner with somebody like Cruise Automation or Waymo or Tesla, but I doubt Tesla would want to give them all that data. So they'll have to partner with somebody to try to stay relevant. And that's going to be really hard when you know, Tesla's kind of doing the approach of like an Apple, for instance, where they're going to have the whole supply chain, where they're going to do the whole thing. So that makes them really special. I'm really excited about Tesla's and autonomy and autonomous driving, not only from an investment standpoint, but when you look at the amount of people that die on the road on a given day or are seriously injured in car accidents, those numbers are going to shrink substantially once we have autonomous driving fleets, and accidents will come few and far between, which will be really special. And I just like, from a human standpoint, I think that's a really good thing, guys. So needless to say, if you're rooting for Tesla or rooting against it, you should at least be rooting for autonomous driving in the future, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about the Shanghai Gigafactory, which is going up at a ridiculous pace, okay? Tesla starts work on a substation to power Gigafactory 3 ahead of production. And if you guys have been keeping up with some of these videos they've been producing out of China, they're just amazing. I applaud these gentlemen who fly their drones all around and whatnot to get these pictures of the Tesla Gigafactory, because it is just going up at such a substantial rate, guys. It's unbelievable. I'm probably showing you guys a couple pictures right now, and it's just unbelievable the rate that Gigafactory is being built. I honestly, like, literally when they said, oh, it might open in 2019, I was like, they're crazy. That thing's never going to open in 2019. And keep in mind, it's coming from a Tesla bull, but I was like, no way that Gigafactory is opening in 2019. And literally now I'm 100% convinced that Gigafactory is going to open in 2019 and be at some kind of good production in 2019. It's just unbelievable, like, how fast that Gigafactory is being built out. And I'm just so excited from an investment standpoint, because the amount of Chinese orders they're going to get once that factory is open is going to be substantially more than they've ever gotten in the past, in my personal opinion. And not only that, I believe those vehicles that are going to be produced out of that Shanghai Gigafactory will be some of the most profitable Teslas produced anywhere in the world. And the reason is honestly the wages you have to pay in China, substantially less. They might even have better supply chain set up in China, because you think about it, like Tesla's learned so much from the Gigafactory in Reno, as well as obviously having their main factory in Fremont, California. They've learned so much over the years in terms of, oh, we need to do supply chain this way. Oh, if we can make a car this way and this way and this way, we can make it a lot more profitably than if we do it this way and this way. They've learned so much over the past decade that they're essentially going to be able to apply into this Gigafactory to make it the most profitable and the most efficient Gigafactory out there. And so if you're looking for an opportunity for Tesla, not just to increase their numbers, but maybe actually get to a place where they're consistently profitable on the bottom line, honestly, the Shanghai Gigafactory is probably one of the biggest things to get the company over that hump and to get the company to a place where they're actually making yearly positive net incomes, guys. So I'm super excited for that. It's going up so fast. Like literally, I was convinced they're never going to open that in 2019. Now I'm 100% convinced they will open it, guys. So anything we discussed in today's video, I really want to hear your guys' opinion down there in the comment section. Make sure if you enjoy Tesla videos, you smash that thumbs up button as always. Thank you for watching and have a great day.